Do 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 do. Ba-da-ba-ba. Sorry, I don't have any music playing for you guys right now, so I gotta make something up in the meantime. That's working. Come on. Come on, studios. I believe in you. There you go, buddy. Alright. So, I couldn't think of a title. So I'm just becoming the best healer in Eorzea. Which I hope works. But we're continuing this adventure that we're going to go on to Only You Can Prevent Forest Ire, which I want to do that one first before I get into Brave Folks, because I believe I can use, what's it called, regen in there. The captain was always fond of his Branda wine. It would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Wiskate was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, little. Yes, sir. Alright. What I'm going to do is I return to Gridania now. Actually, wait. No, what am I doing? Here. Camp Tranquil. Although, before I go... Oh, wait. What are those pants? Bottoms of Scouting. Huh. Cute. Alright, before I actually do that, I need to go over here, need to go there. I think it was Adamantoise Green that I liked. Yes. Adamantoise or Nafika, but the Adamantoise one is... What?
My little ducky, hi bud.
Dies. Does that have a specific? Yep. Turquoise, Adamantoise. That hurts, but okay. That hurts right now. I really wouldn't care later on. But it is what it is. So I really love this outfit that I'm wearing currently. It is such a cute one. And it will still probably be my main for a little bit. But I want to work on a new outfit for but a moment. That's kind of a cute fit. Ooh, that's a very cute one. I like the little armor pieces where it looks like you shouldn't have armor, but they're a monk, so it makes sense to want to defend that bit. I got 6 left. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Anything else that I actually would want? Nope, nothing for the time being. Oops. I don't know if I want this hat or not still. Now, my hat can be green, or my hat can be black. Although this hat is really cute with it too. I'm kind of a fan of this hat still. Actually, I wonder. Nah, the white isn't really like my vibe. Alright, I like this for now. I'm gonna just do gear set, reassign glam to this for now. Ooh, wait a second. I wonder. Nope, not those. What's the difference between them? Is there like an actual visual thing? Nope, it's just the color scheme. Hand, body, or head, body, hands. I'll do the strife gloves. And then edit glam. Nah, I'll actually keep this for now. I'm okay with my hands being shown. There's one pair of gloves that I would really like, but I don't have access to them yet. So that is okay. Portraits, edit, save. Alright, now we can do Forest Ire. Camp Tranquil. See, that was a very clever thing to do, to just stall a little extra time in case I finish this quest faster. Step. Boing. Regen. A little. Looking evermore the white mage, except I'm green. I see, and yet I fear you are as ready to perform the quieting as a chocobo chick is to carry a wood whaler clad in full plate. But take heart, for we all must begin somewhere. Today I would teach you the art of communing with the elements. This is, by any measure, the very foundation of our art, the means by which we preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Got a Discord notification. Not far from here, Sorel Haven. Not far from Sorel Haven, you shall find a tree, a mere sapling in the shadow of the Gridanian tree, but one that has likewise been consumed by anger and fear. I would ask you to placate this tree. The process is quite simple. Stand before the tree, raise your hands, commune with the elements that reside within, and attune yourself to them, until your feelings are in absolute harmony. Be forewarned, however, an angry elemental can be as stubborn as my dear brother. Do not be surprised if you find yourself, your honest plea rebuffed, and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. No matter what happens, you must remain calm. Dispatch the creatures, settle your heart, and speak to the tree once more. If your heart is true, your voice will reach the elemental ere long. But remember this little. Under no circumstances must you allow your anger and fear to overcome you. As practitioners of white magic, the magic of succor and solace, such emotions are anathema to our very existence. I think I said that word right. All right, there we go. Where is this? Where is this? All the way at Bent Branch. We shall go on the peacock again. Peacock. So, I've been thinking about it, and this is basically exactly what I want to do with content. It's something that I've been enjoying more than I thought I would. Like, I love this game no matter what. It's one of my favorite. Huh? He's verb. It is verb. And you're all good. I was responding those easily. It's fine, my boy. Like, I think 14 is the content that I generally want to focus on. And then, like, some other things here and there. But this is, like, my bread and butter. This has been my most comfortable and enjoyed, no matter how long it's taken me. Which I'm on day 7 and I'm maybe almost halfway through A Realm Reborn. It's so relaxing. Like, even if I'm not the best at reading aloud. Is it gluten-free bread and vegan butter? Absolutely, because that's the only way I should really be eating it. Yo, but vegan butter is kind of fire. Like, it's really good. Gluten-free bread is kind of iffy, but there's some that are good. Oh, there used to be these gluten-free muffins that I used to eat. They were frozen, but you would, like, heat them up, like, do a little bake on them, and they were so fluffy and delicious. I can't remember for the life of me where I used to get them, but I might need to start buying them again, because they were so freaking tasty. And that was all I had to do to get friggin' regen? Hell yeah. But like, so many of my favorite streamers that aren't my friends, because my favorite streamers are my friends, but like, other streamers that I've been watching for so long are 14 creators, and then one of my favorite YouTubers who doesn't do YouTube anymore is, used to do 14 content exclusively, so like, he's now making video games, which is really dope, but I kind of miss his content. I really hope one day Larry comes back to doing YouTube stuff. But It's just like he has so many videos and I've watched all of them, but I watched them so many times. Like there's one called What Class Should You Play? And it's just the Shadowbringers, like, here's all the classes. And even if I've seen it 100 times, I'm gonna watch it 101. I'm gonna watch it for my 101st, like right afterwards. There's just something about it that's just so like enjoyable and comforting, and I want to be able to make that kind of content in my favorite game. My favorite non-story exclusive like single player game. Because this is my favorite game in general, but 16 is my favorite general like story single player game. It's my favorite story multiplayer MMO kind of thing. A short while ago, I sensed a great anger abate. The forest is quieter, more welcoming now. It would seem you have passed your first test, little. The trees are the elementals are the trees. The lush verdure of the woods is inseparable from the spirits that dwell within it. But you do not need to hear this from me. Doubtless you feel it yourself. When you healed that tree, above all else, the elementals prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all the power at their disposal to expulse it. For so long we have lived in peace with the elementals. Why now do they turn against us? I can offer you no answer, only theories. But one thing is certain, we must quell the Great One's fury, and do it soon, lest Gridania bear the full brunt of the forest's wrath. To soothe the forest's wound, to restore harmony, that is our duty as mages of the white. Could you say white mages? My throat just like took in like a weird bit of air there. I don't know if that picked up or not. It is a responsibility that transcends race and nation. I sense your success is soothing the ailing tree, and more certain of this than ever. And am more certain of this than ever. Sadly, many cannot see past established practices and traditions, my dear brother among them. Not mages of the white. Exactly, like, just say white mages. It's so weird saying mages of the white. Also, I don't know if she realizes, but I'm wearing green. I ain't exactly in white mage attire. I'm in, like, green or black mage, technically. If this jacket were red, then that's a different story. One would hope for a bit more open-mindedness given his youth, but alas, his pride as Pajal will not permit it. For my part, I am not entirely unsympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him around to see reason, but how? Forgive me, little. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Worry not, I will find a way to deal with Arun. Level 40, I believe, is my next quest.
Tier 3.
Alright, I'll do it like that, I believe. What I want to do... I'll just, meh. Yeah, I'll do this one, whatever. Alright, now I need to go over here to Eorzea. That's still 7:37 or 4:37, but I'll do it. It's fine. I'm about to get like 2k out of like the little pocket that they can give, but it is alright aside from that. Like my boy, he's just vibing, he's going la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da. Hello, sir. Well met, little. Landonel and Uod knew both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Here's some wine. Ah, my favorite. I'd be concerned with what character I'd make in this. Hey, you got Alraz, which are dragon people. You got Hrothgars, which are big furry hat men. We don't have the women yet. That might be next expansion. It might not be. We don't know what the race is. You got Viaras, which are bunny people. You got Makotes, which are more hairless cats, which just have like claws, ears, and tails. But Hrothgars are like all fur. You got Hyrs, which are your basic humans. You got Elizans, which are your elves. You got Lalafels, which is what I am, and you got Rogadines, which is what that man is. I'm curious as to what job you're gonna play. Because you can play all of them on one, but like the first job usually sets your tone of will you continue? Which is weird because my first job was a tank, but I'm a healer main. And then my friend was a healer, but now he's a tank main. Can punch my butt in an ubu white trip. My favorite. I shall have to thank the Nuna personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldernod to obtain it this time.
Thank you for the money, sir.
Ooh, better boots. I will have to take those boots. Truth be told, I never intended to for you to collect the last ingredient. Brave folks, my old quartermaster wishes to bring it back. Wished to bring it to Casa del Sol himself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there has been some trouble at the long stop. Sitting in a weird position. And that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choices but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to the Hidden Falls docks and speak with Ozun Nazun. He would direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brave Phlox and her people have made their home. Going on the peacock again, bored. There's so many outfits that I'm going to be able to make in the future as well. I'm so excited. There's so many things that I want to do. Nah, I won't do that. So I'm making good progress. Peacock Pokemon when though? True. Also, did you see the Pokemon present stuff today? I kind of really like Raikou and Cobalion's Paradox forms, but nothing is better than Diplin, the new Applin, like evolution, because Applin's one of my favorite Pokemons ever, and now he's just a caramel apple, and they're really just pushing in like, here Pokemon Black and White remakes, we're getting Gen 5 soon, guys, let's go. We got Drayden's evolution, Drayden's relative, we got like the Driftville Bridge, we got a caramel apple, which are very popular in like New York or something, I guess. There was enough news to everyone. Exactly. What's the hurry, Venture, eh? Something happened over at the Gobel settlement. I don't know what you're so eager, why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. I'm gonna go into Fat Cat. No, piss off, Toad Man. I'm a little iffy on the DLCs still. Like, I'll play through them, but like, I'm not really focused on playing it for story or anything. I just want to be able to get these new Pokemon because they're some of my favorite Pokemon getting variations. Like, I'm so happy I have a shiny Applin that I've been waiting to use. And I was going to use it on Appleton because, you know, he's my favorite of the Applin line. But now we got the little dipped boy, so I want to see what kind of... I think he becomes like Caramel Apple, which would be really cool. Pokemon anything, even if it was Pokemon Fire and Pokemon Burp. I'll still play Pokemon Fire and Pokemon Burp. It's just, this gen isn't like my favorite story-wise, but it's my favorite to play. It's just so fun to play. Like, doing shiny hunting and going through the, like, the Pokedex to 100%, it was so much fun. But the story wasn't my, like, absolute favorite. There were parts that I loved, and there were parts that I just wasn't fully invested in. Psh, psh, tongue flaps of Whiskate be reaching ears of Brayflocks. Uplander is coming for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes. Quest prize of Uplander, deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chase Gobby Flock from homes. Gobby Flock needs goodly Uplander. Give safety to Longstop with much hand lending. Yeah. I loved everything to do with Arven's Mabostiff. That was the best part of the story. I would never not love that part of the game because it was so beautiful. Everything else was alright. It was good. But Arven's story was better than everything else in that. Every other bit of story in that game. Boom. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum. Dun, 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 dun. No, I was wrong. I cannot use the, regen here. He duty. Oh, I chose the wrong time. His name is Galactic Milkman. Yo, Team Galactic's a little weird ever since the remakes, aren't they, huh? I picked the wrong time to open up a snap from my friend. I thought I was going to get a little bit more time. What server you on this? Asking friend. I am on Crystal North American servers, and my world is Diabolos. Noted for science, yes. My main for like personal and rating and stuff is on the Ether North American data center and is on Cactar, but this is like my personal content one for streams and stuff, so this is the one that I would use more than anything in the near future. And this is the only one that you'll really see me streaming off of as well. You know, guys, separate business and pleasure. Drink us iced tea. Please stop going. Probably accident down the track anyways. Yeah, that's fair. But we're able to travel across any world, like to any data center we want in this game. So even if someone plays on the Oceanic servers, you can, and you're on the North American ones, you can go and visit that server and play together. Let me try and focus up again for a sec. This man is taking a lot of damage. He's not using his mitigations at all, which is a wee little concerning. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Yeah, that's the usual Final Fantasy victory theme. Owie. There's a game called Super Neptune RPG, but the main character just sings it. Oh, that's awesome. Whoever made it must be a fan of Final Fantasy. Or it is related to Final Fantasy, potentially. I'm not fully sure. Oh, I lose this freak here, big sad. Shit, man's getting beat. According to the entry, we wanted to know was inspired by FF and other RPGs. Hell yeah. Final Fantasy's such a fun game. It's such a fun, I mean, 14's a fun game. All the Final Fantasies are fun, but it's such a nice series. It's such a good community. I note to self, never open up a snap again while in a dungeon. I feel like that's gonna get me zero commendations. I play as a Chocobo race game that just had its server shut down recently, only after. Oh damn! They shut it down after a year. I know they shut down Chocobo Racing. Well, I recommend a lot of Final Fantasy. I would recommend 14 the most. Mainly because it's something that you can play with other people, and it's just amazing overall. But then, like, also, 7 is amazing. 10 is fantastic. 16 is literally the best piece of video game creation in the history of mankind. You're blaming lack of promo when it came out. That's fair, yeah. I feel like if you weren't, like, in the gaming community at the moment, or weren't invested in Final Fantasy, then you really wouldn't have heard about it. And even then, it's very rare that people would hear about it. because he only can really do it off Twitter or a few places like that. Come on, use your shield throw. Or shield lob, whatever it's called now. Mein God, you horny bastard, forever a sprout. That's kind of a good one. Son, let me command you. Alright, I will be back in a quick second. I heard something downstairs and I want to... Oh, these are the Hrothgars. You can see. I'll be back in a quick second. I just gotta go see what that sound was downstairs. Hola. It was just the doorbell ringing. But no one's there, so. Golly, Uplander has thanks of Gobby Flock. Flighty Beast was tricky foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Brayflock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Those people are gross. Exactly. She's a stinky sweet gobby treat special make with gobby secret arts. Or with secret gobby arts, my bad. No party complete without gobby gouda, Brayflocks ever say. I love how all of these races just have such broken speak. They're so cute. I feel like I should go to Wineport before I forgore. Ellison, man. I'll have to send you a picture of like all the races later on. So you can see what you'd be working with. Not the stinky sweet gobby treat. I know the boys are the little gobbies, the little boys are so weird. I like them. Stinky sweet gobby treat. Yum 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 yum. Oh my boy, thank you for that. I saw the tweet that you did. Do 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 do. Oh, little Lala. Oh, that's such a cute outfit. Let me find my glam. Sniff sniff. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem. Sniff sniff. By the gods, that unholy stench, this is definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. It's man milk.
Oh, hello, lady.
Me and most foods don't want to know. Yup. When I could have most fast foods, it was, ah man, chicken nuggets. You're definitely not made out of chicken. But now I'm just kind of eating fries from fast food places because that's all I can get. Bravo, little. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exotic aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lomani, a former member of the company. Alright, 1 sec again. I'm so sorry. Alright. Well, the place that I usually get my French fries from is this place that we have in Canada called New York Fries. And they're actually, like, true good fries. All I have to do is give him this order slip and he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you, I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. Yes, sir. You know, New York fries are the best fries that I've had from a fast food place. And they are basically mainly a New York, or not New York, they are mainly a French fry place, but they also have like hot dogs, and that's the only other thing that they actually sell that I remember. They have poutine, a bunch of French fry variations, like chili cheese fries, chili, vegan fries, thighs, no, fried. New York thigh is my favorite. Sweet grime and blood, you reek of blood, an adventurer, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order, let me guess, a request of the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume, Casa del Sol, and there's also, unmistakably odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gigi Ruju would not settle for anything less than the best Dristwolts, and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. And perhaps you were confused that a display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, oh damn. His other forces, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you have no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss wine, I suspect. Yep. Maim and Mend, what does that do? Maim and Mend 2, increase basic action damage and HP restoration by 30%. Let's go! Divine Benison. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It would have been impossible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary. Of course, you say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny it pays very well. But you grow impatient. The Wisquet must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is sufficient for this occasion. The best vintage in town are honored or hoarded by Begallant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. However, I doubt he will be receptive to your request. My brain's still no picture, so we're just gonna ask that. But given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Feel safe with the Imperials so close. Little Mikote woman. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the men responsible. He should made drink every last drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. Neophyte Vintier, bid you speak with me? Ha! It's very weird. It very is. Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. They get better later on in the series where there's more voiced cutscenes, so you only have to read so much. I would sooner serve you Gobu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Right? Jackass. Ravens of Midgard. Wait till you see Urianji's fake. True. Mind but not thought of one that would occur at such a lateth of a time within the day cycle. It's like, a guy just be like, yo, why are you talking for so long? Easy. I take it he said no? Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say that I'm surprised. Well, there's no denying his passion and skill. The wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well. We shall take an alternative approach. Yes. High potions. There's a chance, however, small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Are the best healer in Eorzea? I'm trying. I'm trying to be the best healer in Eorzea. If at very least in Diabolos. But, you know, it's gonna take some time. Some shard traveling here and there. Alas, the quality of our poor product has declined sufficiently in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that other grapes are poor of quality, or of poor quality. He's in Gladimedia. Exactly. Only then, when I can do enough damage that I don't have to heal, will I be the true healer. Only that we have known better. Long ago, in the Vinerons of Wineport, crossbred several species and produced grape-bearing vines that never before seen quality. What class am I playing? I am currently playing as a white mage. I am a healer main on all my characters, so through this playthrough I was like, I'm gonna play as a white mage, which I really don't do. White mage really hasn't been my favorite, but I'm enjoying it a lot more now. Mage of White, yes, true, the Mage of White from earlier. I'm considering like playing through each healer job throughout each expansion, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So like for the next one, I might go Astrologian, and then I might go Scholar. Then I might go Sage for Shadowbringers, and then White Mage and Endwalker just to bring it full circle, or I might just go White Mage through it all. It really depends on what my vibe is by the time I get to Heaven's Word. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. That includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful, and of all wines, the legendary Bacchus vines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, it's that guy again. I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience that, in that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. That's a weird statement, but if it's Nafika, I understand. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But, as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Berglin Their names are always so freaking weird. Roguety names are always just key smashes. Change my mind. If we can't convince him to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gil we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the minerons tending to the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Alright. Southern grown names are supposed to be like very early Welsh. If they're, yeah. It's like the leader of. Is it in here that I have to go to? No. Where am I going? Oh, that's right. That's right. It's like the leader of Limsa. It's not Miralweb, it's Miralweb. Like the W makes a V sound for some reason. Thank you. It's one of my favorite. Is the peacock. So boring. Wow. I spent more money on this game than I'd like to admit sometimes. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. I shall go back on the board. I also have the fat cat and the Mega Shiba. But he's a little good cat. Alright. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up the god's damned house. That's fair. Time to go on your fat cat game. Boing, boing. Boing, 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 boing. White mage? White 2 mage. Primals all exactly. They always do be. No luck. Most regrettable, but we had to try. Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my gratitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. English is hard. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience. Even in my condition, it helped me find a new direction in life. Breaks my heart to think that the wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may be forever lost to us. I'll take the mind. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there's much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand, a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, but I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dreams. This wine is my original creation, and I would be most grateful if you deliver it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks. Perhaps Riskilt? Riskilt, is what I'll say. Can tell you where to find him. Going on a dog this time. You are dressed in a very interesting way, my friend. Little boy running, little lad running. So I would say within another day or two, we should be near the level 40 mark for the quests. So like we're making good progress. Arealmreborn is long, but it is I'm getting a new fondness for it, which is very interesting. Because like I like it. It's long. It's very wordy. It's kind of drawn out in some places, but it's still good in its own right. So going through it again after so long of kind of just rushing through it, I'm happy to experience it again like this. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need a pair of hands. He doesn't really talk about himself. I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone. I say, if you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the severed string. Okay, and I'm to Choky boy. I shall be back here one day when I pursue the arts of ninjas. I really hope in the future we have more jobs that split off like Arcanist does for Summoner and Scholar. That'd be very interesting. In theory, if we do get Swashbuckler, could it just devolve from, or like alternate from Rogue and Ninja? Can you do both Arcanist and Scholar? I've played neither. Yeah, so once you're doing when you're an Arcanist, which is the base evolution, or the base class, once you get to level 30, you have the option of splitting off to doing Summoner or Scholar. You can pursue both, but once you start leveling one up, the other will also gain the levels, because they're kind of one and the same. But they work on, one is summoning, you know, the Eggies, the Primals, and the other is summoning the Healing Fairies. So it's like, it's the same, but it's just like a different variation of the same book. And Scholar was my favorite job in this game for many years. And then Sage came out. I did not like it for a little bit. I played it a little bit longer, and it is now my favorite job to do. What do you want? Hello, dressed. Here's some wine. What, wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? He's gonna vom. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. I don't like the phrasing sometimes, but it's just what you actually call the bugs. The bugs are, it's a swarm of midge. We have them all over here for like around the fucking pathing that I go for my strolls in the evening. And they are annoying. They are very abundant. Look at them. They're just little lads. Do you play, well, since you said you've never played, either of them, do you play 14, and if so, what's your main? Oh, also, Cube, there's a chance that I might have found someone who could possibly join us for raids. It's very potential, like it's like a very slim chance, but there is a chance. Play much anymore. My sub deactivated for a while, but I'm very tempted to get back into it. It's very fun at the moment, and you know, dawntrail was announced not long ago on the 28th of July, so like we got a year until our next expansion, and we're becoming pirates and stuff, sort of. Going to the far west. We're going to the tropical islands. Honestly, if it wasn't for dawntrail's trailer dropping, I would be probably not doing this set of streams at the moment. I probably would have been working on something else still. Looking forward to that, but you gotta do Endwalker first. Endwalker's so good. When you hear the, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but when you hear the final song of like the last location, it's so good. It brings a tear to my eye. It's so beautiful. I love Endwalker so much, and I cannot wait to experience it again on this character. Or again, comma, on this character. This is my first time playing through with Little Frog over here, but I've been a fan of the I've been a fan of thing here. DPS main is ninja. Ooh, ninjas are fun. I like ninja. It's one of the few melees that I actually enjoy. Because if it's not samurai, it's ninja. And then Lancer was kind of fun at a point, but like, I don't know. And then Pugilist, I'm just kind of dreadful of, but level 90 on everything has to happen eventually. Dragoon is very fun. It's just like there's certain parts of leveling up where it's like I'm not enjoying leveling it up, but I know once I get this move, it'll be so fun. And it has one of my favorite LB3s. Yeah. I've been saying I'm going to level 90 everything for a while, but I've only been working on my healers for my personal character. So that's kind of that. Like, I only have White Mage left on that character to level 90 for healers, and then all the other three are good. But like, I don't know, other than doing the tanks and the healers, the rest are so concerning, other than Arcanist, because Summoner from Scholar level 90 is really easy. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I am not even Garlean. They conquered my lands, just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Damn, boy, sad. I I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected sap from nearby palm trees. If I placed coconut shells and if placed in coconut shells and stored in a few bells for a few bells time, it makes a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. He's just a sad boy. Yeah. God, so many characters are just so depressed, and I feel so bad for them, and I love them so much. And, like, we're slowly going to be getting into, like, the more sad part of A Realm Reborn soon. So, like... what will happen, will happen. Palm wine. Boing, boing. Gotta experience the sad bits again. Yup. And experience the sad bits, I am overly happy too. It's weird, because, like, I usually don't like sad stuff. But ever since, like, I started getting into more manga and paying deeper attention to some games, especially from 16, and then Shadowbringers, and especially Endwalker. Like, I love experiencing the depressing parts of stories right now. I don't know what it is, but it gives me, I think it's just the fact that it gives me that closer connection and makes the characters feel more human. It has been some time, little. What news do you have of Dressed? Ah, yes. I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking, a simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Dress and I, 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, little. Go, Boo Sproutling, let's go. By the gods, little, listen. I know you are eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dressed palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf. A leaf has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was mad at first, but now I am certain. These wines are of Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, there's a legend. The legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Okay, sir. I'm on a bike from 7. Yeah, beep 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 beep. It's funny, on average, I would usually just be starting stream because I dilly-dallied for a little too long, but I've been live for almost an hour and a half already. Let's go. Also forget that I don't have to look down at my actual computer like time. I can just look up at the top right and it'll tell me what time I'm in. The Warrior of Light crowning achievement, saving the wine industry. Absolutely. If it wasn't for the Warrior of Light, people wouldn't be able to have a delicious drink every now and again. Goose Goon Gang. Interesting. Kyonk. Menacing honk. Hello again. What is it? Here's a leaf. It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. I didn't know it was rare. and I'd be asleep by usual now. You should probably sleep, my boy. Found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gobu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vine growing on the back of one such beast. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gobus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Going on a chicken right now. I believe his name is Chickpea. It is. Is that what I named him? Yeah, Chickpea. Which, once I make him green, he's just gonna be Green Bean. Cheese moo. A mental is like, I mean, I guess that's fair, but rest is good. Moldy sneeze, achoo. Still hate that phrasing. I'm gonna open up my breakfast, lunch kind of thing. I really haven't eaten today, not gonna lie. But I brought myself up a cashew nature valley bar, which are really tasty, so. And it's got decent protein, which is very important. What does stressed have to say, little? Tell me everything. I was right. The smell, this texture. I hold in my hand a Brachus grapevine cutting. Now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vinter could... Hush you. 12 is my witness. It is a Brachus grapevine. Where did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Brachus vineyards than you, Master Brilgalen. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Bum, 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 bum. Sir, you needn't... Wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of this label. This couldn't possibly be. A 1574 Brachus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years, I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gigi Ruju would find no finer wine. Yeah, his mustache is a little World War II Germany. I think it's World War II. World War I? I don't know. It's a little early date Germany, if you ask me. little Charlie Chaplin too, but a little too Germany. Or I guess Austria, technically. Yeah, forever changed wine, Port Little. Thank you for your kindness and for your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Westgate. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Alright, does he have a little...
Oh, he's got a little... Oh, he's a little right here, man. So cute.
Alright. Back to Casa del Sol. Goodbye, sir. Do-do-do. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum-bum.
Hello, Yestola.
Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me, so what of the wine I asked you to bring? Here's some Bacchus wine. It's that 7Ls. It's a 1547 Bacchus, even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, little. Thanks to you, we will, this will be the most luxurious feast Casa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. My bad. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is beginning, or something. Whatever you said there. I don't know. I gotta go. Boo. The look of a man who has been to the seventh hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals of a banquet to be held in his own honor, and that the shadow of Titan looms over all of us, it beggars belief. Yes, I did already do Bravelocks. I can only applaud your stoicism, my bad. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Lady Y'shtola, Sir Frog. Ijiruju. Oh. Splinters. That's kind of funny, though. 1,000 pardons. It's been so long I've played it. I can't remember what order yeah, I was like, wait, we already get Bravelocks here? What? Yeah, because next we're going towards the, what's it called? The Titan fight. And then Stone Vigil, then, Garuda. Which, for some reason, the order seems very weird for that too. But I'm just going as the game tells me to at this point. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity. Sir, had I known, I would never have permitted my men to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now. He must have sensed something was amiss. You seriously didn't think I would send you running length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment. Unlike me, Little had no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good to as enlighten him. Aye, that's fair. There's no sense in hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured not their reputation, but by their deeds. Much man would judge these would-be god slayers by his own criteria. Even if even one found him wanting, he would be rejected without a second thought. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore we would do our utmost to support his cause. Sorry, I'm a little illiterate sometimes. I'm a little dyslexic, actually. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deem to test little with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I'm sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? He's a brave one. That much is certain. He willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it could cost him his life. He thinks, no, my bad. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey and as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with precision upon or when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for the fortune and glory. Little, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain he has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at his side. Willie Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe, and mighty rockman. Tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I like hearing the little fella talk. I can only concur with my colleague's assessment. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crag, Little Frog, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine, eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. For today we shall celebrate the birth of a new legend, Little Frog, Titan's Bane.
Little Frog, Titan's Bane. Oh, yeah.
It's still very weird to see her with, you know, not blinded eyes.
Little Frog, Titan's Bane. Hello, ladies. Goodbye, ladies. Hello, lady.
Bronze skin beauty. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Can I have food, please? Cheese. I'm kind of curious how bad the cheese they made was, but I guess we'll find that out another time. Only one smell-o-vision is truly a thing and it can access all that is created. Dun, dun, dun. Tasting the exotic feast triggers the divine revelation that in a brief, transcendent moment you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehending the fleeting nature and cry out of the heavens in celebration. It's very weird, but you know what? Sometimes food is just that good. Sir, you look so adorable. I can't wait to get my adventurer garms again. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Lominsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them. They will fight, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory will ever be achieved alone. Gosh. The godly Uplander must be facing mighty rockmen with clever fighty think. Gobby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ah, little, you brave fool. Promise me when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonell sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, little, but this is one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with a fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge them, little. This banquet is much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now it's scarcely time for the celebration. Through they have all but pronounced you the victor. The battle with Titan has yet to begun. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. I'm gonna look at what my quest line is at. As thou wish. Alright, Lord of Crags is our next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25 more quests until we're done this level group. Which is 31 to 40. But I'm excited nonetheless. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, I will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lanosia. There you will meet Raoul, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that his knowledge does not fall in the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you give the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Game feels way longer than... Yeah. It's very weird to see that when like we first play this game, it goes by really quick, but it really is a long time. Because like I'm only at this point, I'm about to fight Titan and I will show you how long I've been playing for on this character, barring maybe an hour or two because thumbnails and glam setup. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will realize that there is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risk inherent in this method. So this is my 7th day, and I officially have 1 day, almost 2 hours, 26 hours, and I'm only getting to Titan, basically 24, moving those 2 hours. But yeah, it's a hefty time. All right, we go Wineport. And this is also like with reading everything. You can get through this game very fast if you just skip over all like the unvoiced stuff. But it truly is a beautiful game, no matter the length that we have to go through to play it. Or the length that it takes to get to our favorite parts. Jump. Boing. And I think A Realm Reborn is technically the longest story out of like the 4 expansions plus this. 4? Yeah, the 4 expansions plus this. I think this one is technically the longest. I could be wrong, but if memory serves me right. Everything else is just a little below 150. This one is near 170. 164, 166, 167. No, 164 if you start in Gridania or Limsa, and then 165 if you start in Ul'dah. So I think Ul'dah has one extra starting quest. I'm actually gonna use this time quickly while we're not reading stuff to respond to a text. Bum ba dum bum ba bum ba dum ba dum bum bum do 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 do. Ah, accidentally hit my Windows button. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Uh, 94 Heavensward, 122 Storm, 106 Shadowbringers, and 108 Endwalker. Yeah, so ARR has the most being 166, 167, whatever that range is. Oh, it's up there, right? So, which is funny, because to me, Stormblood feels like the longest. But I feel like it was just, like, the most jumpy of the stories. So, like, because you're going between Kugane to Othar to Garabania, back forth. So, like, it felt a little bit more. But yeah, Heavensward is the shortest. Shadowbringers and Endwalker being that close actually is really cool. That they're only within 2 of each other and the others have like a decent distance. And then a Realm Reborn is just, hey, we got 160 something. That's cool, right? You're like, oh god, a Realm Reborn. Greetings, mate. Might you be the one the captain said would be calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, cause I ain't explaining myself twice. Yes, sir, yo. Lord of Crimes. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across the Beastman Aetherite, see? Yeah, no. I'm expecting dawntrail to be 120 at least. If it's 130, 140, I'll be really happy. I want this story to be long and be as long as it looks beautiful. So like it's already like at a 9 out of 10. I want that story to be a 9 out of 10 as well. I'll be happy with an 8 out of 10 too, but like we need that long beginning again to set up the next 10 years. What's that look for? Not familiar with him. He speaks of an unamplified aetherite, which can be claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, little. Well, if it isn't the Charlian lass, welcome back. Forgive me for my interruption. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The towns beneath Ogamoro are bewildered labyrinth that no outsider has fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. I can't. The second part of the cutscene that we're going to get for the trailer is going to give us a good bit of explanation, I hope. Because, like, the Ascian threat's over. So what's next? Duh. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going into the front. Spoilers. True, my bad. I'm very sorry. I mean, there's still stuff with them, so I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, though, I kind of assume that since the end of yeah, they did market it as the end of the past 10 years. But the thing is, it's kind of like to me personally, it's kind of up in the air. Yeah. And then, like, Endwalker, literally the sun was setting. The moon was rising. And then Dawntrail, the sun's rising again. Like, the sun is painting us a new path on the trail we shall walk. But I'm very curious. What could it be? My biggest idea is something along the lines of the Garleans again. Like, in the world that we haven't seen, the new world to us, there is another empire of sorts that are trying to take over, like, different places, or, like, there's just this one bananas guy. But with the piratey theme, I'm pretty sure we're going to be fighting pirates for a little bit, which will be cool. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around. And it was that as got us thinking. I mean, God, I got the hiccups now. Ugamoro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in that city, in a city that big, would be right pain in the arse if you didn't have an aetheryte, wouldn't it? So I stood to reason that the kobolds must have one. I'm very excited for you to see the raid stuff for Endwalker. That stuff is very cool. Endwalker is just chef's kiss, masterpiece. They did so good in it all. Even if there were aetheryte shards in the depths of Gohomoro, you would need to attune yourself to them so you could identify the signatures within the life streams. Well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had the Charlian bloke help us. He delivered us right to the Titan's bedchambers, he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Oh god, see, Shadowbringers was so good. Okay, so here's the big thing. Heavensward, Stormblood are like their own stories in the grand scheme of it. Endwalker is like a perfect continuation to Shadowbringers. So it's kind of like saying like Avengers Endgame is better than Infinity War. Like, all the Avengers games are part of the same all the Avengers movies are part of the same story, but Endgame and Infinity War were one in the same story. It just put into 2 different parts. So there are parts I would definitely say Endwalker was better. But yeah, exactly. Shadowbringers is part 1, Endwalker is part 2. They are just so hand in hand. But it is such a perfect story. The end made me tear up. I know this time around I will cry. It's just a beautiful ending. And no spoiler on it, but the final fight, oh my god. I was rewatching it the other day, and it was perfect. Did you know? Are we talking about Louis Soir out here? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if aetherytes in question happen to be yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to It is possible in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt. Yeah, the boy Xenos! God, I love Xenos. He's the best. Also, the fact that he was the Reaper. So, we got Alphino, who took over being the Sage. We have Xenos, who took over being the Reaper. We have now in Dawntrail Meteor taking over, who's taking over the first DPS. I want to know what the second DPS is. Is our villain going to be DPS? And they're going to be this new one? Or is it going to be someone else in the Scions that's like, I'm going to change a little bit? Also, I love Xenos. He's one of the best written characters in a Final Fantasy game. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the aetheryte? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can handle, mind. After watching Zelda HQ MTU. Oh, hell yeah. I'm on the path to being part of the big boys and girls. Oh, thank you for checking out the streams. Don't mind my illiterate ass trying to read sometimes. Setting to 14 fame, I know. If there are 2 creators, though, that I could, like, work with in the Final Fantasy world, it would be Spofi and Laryzor. They're my 2 favorites. Although I am a big fan of Pyromancer and MTQ. And Arthur's really good. And there's so many good streamers and creators in this community. But I would say Spofi and Larry are my favorite. Even though Larry technically doesn't do content anymore. So, this is the aetheryte the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. It is Papalimo speculated. Is Papalimo talking? Oh yeah, I got a notification over here, just gotta check something out. In its present state, the aetheryte's signals will not be strong enough for our purpose. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, little. I must needs remain here and supplement the beacon's power. lest you be denied your only path of escape. He's so good. Gonna fight Big Rock Man. Big Rock. Go fight Hugo Kapka. Go fight Hugo Kapka. If you're not, I summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With efforts, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetheryte signal and therefore and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Oh, but Tetsuki, first off, thank you. Welcome to hopping into the stream. What class do you main? What job do you main? I'm always curious about that when people drop into the streams. They're like, I love this game. They're like, when do you run? I've met a tank, a DPS, myself being the healer. One of my best friends who was in here earlier is a tank. One of my other best friends who was in here yesterday is a DPS. So I'm curious about all the people that drop in. Now let's see if I am worth my salt. She just hits her head onto it. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there. So stint not in your preparation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mom. That's my wife, actually. How dare you attack me, you beastman. I like your Shola in the start of the game, but later expansion she just becomes... Yeah. The little sun line really is like the one that gave me a good chuckle at first, but I don't know, there's something about her that I always liked. But she did definitely get much better as time went on. Little? Yeah, perhaps. I have like the funniest like name because they use the word little so much in here. So it's like little sun, little frog. There's some parts in the post MSQ of Endwalker which you're gonna get a kick out of. I always forget how fast Qs are when you're tank or healer. Yep. I always usually just have to wait on DPS for hitting that thumbs up, that confirm. But this is the benefit. Also, most people usually just want to play the new jobs when they release. So I always get fast queues when we are in new stories, new expansions.
Look, an overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. He uses our aetherites against us. He has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary, trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave, overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear him not. His fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. Whoops. You shall be the first to face judgment, then Limsa Lominsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O great father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you. Titan we summon you, O great father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you. Titan we summon you.
Waiting over an hour for my first Praetorian raid back when it was split into... Yeah. Nah, stuff was... harsh.
He is come, Lord of Crags, Titan is come.
Ah. Overdweller, art thou defy to their weeping? Thy vile, kind coveteth ever the blessing of land, and murdereth my children by score. In all service to greed, such sins are beyond pardon. But I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Yes, sir. Goddess Overdweller, thy myriad here see, shall not go unpunished. Upon thee I wreak the terrible vengeance. I just go, hello, to the group now. Once I'm in, hello. They were all facing me. I don't like this. We have an interesting group though. We got a good like one on one of my favorite tanks to heal, I will say. Bringing on all my hero tank in general. It would be nice if we had a battle res just in case I do a little stupid. But that's fine. Purely a DPS, interesting. Roro, guys. My favorite tank to play. It's such a cool oh, guys, get out of the way. My favorite tank is Gunbreaker to play, but this is Dark Knight is such a cool tank overall. My main tank that I always like work with is a Dark Knight. So like I have that that like love for Dark Knights, even though I did enjoy leveling up Dark Knight when I did use it for a little bit. But there's something about Gunbreaker that just kind of grabs me. Dark Knight through Shadowbringer since if it exactly.
The Lord of Crags, great father Titan has fallen.
I'm wondering if there's ever going to be a day where our cover character is going to be a healer. Like, that'll be very interesting. He's always tank DPS. Yeah, like... He's also never a range DPS or a caster. He's always something that has to be up close and personal with the enemies.
The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven. Never be forgiven. No, no, never. Yes. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy.
I don't want to be against you guys, though. You're like one of my favorite beastmens. The boy. Now these are the readings one would expect from an icon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned.
Are you saying that this wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not know yet its true capabilities.
Then trust mine. Retantian, my curiosity, as you so eloquently put, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there is truth to the legends, it could so subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? Some of the names are just a little weird to pronounce. It is no greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized.
What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war.
Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend.
I cannot endorse this course of action. I sound like this because I'm a little bulkier, and the voices in this game usually fit that.
Fool. Now, he has a fourth fascinating. Carrying on, Crystal Bearer, and though you may have come, your work is far from done. Oh.
My babe.
And not remaining to mark his passing. Well, the Asians are not if elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal do they possibly share? Wow. Oh, she teleported to me. I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I got Hydaelyn's death was kind of a little bit. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave, all the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There's something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma Runs, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed. Yes, ma'am. I couldn't give comms, but that is okay. Sometimes it just not gonna happen. Oh, I didn't attune to there. Alright. Sorry, kobold boys, but you can't fight me.
What are you, the milkman?
Yeah. Let's see. Oops, wrong one. I'm at 12 comms now, so as though it is not much, it is something. Eventually we shall get the amount needed for mentorship in the future, possibly. I'm relieved to see you well, but come, let's discuss our next step. Yes, ma'am. Though word will already have reached Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative from our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor rightfully yours, Little. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We'll speak again soon. Let me make sure I attune.
little fella.
Do you wonder how I look without my hat on? Oh, honestly, this is really cute. No hat's kind of a... Damn, brother. You got that whole style on right now. Yeah. Are there any eye gears that I could benefit from? Oh, little lad. Ooh, that actually reminds me, that top's really nice. God, what's it even called again? The Cape of Happiness. 29k, yeah, not yet. But it does give a good white mage vibe. Went all out. He really did. I love that everyone agrees that glam is the end game in this game at this point. Especially because we're going to be able to use 2 dyes per glam soon, and that's amazing. Let's see. Eventually, one I would like is the varsity flat. 74k, quite a bit. Or let me. Oh, he goes sleepies. What else is there? There's this, which is kind of weird, not gonna lie. Salon hat. Is anyone got, no, these are all flowers. What am I saying? There's this, but like it's so expensive, and I wouldn't mind just like a basic eye patch. I might have to wait to get the one that's story related. If I do want that. 99, which makes sense for those, but those I'm not a fan of. Lawless Enforcer hat. Alright. There's no hats that I'm overly ecstatic at buying at the moment, other than the one that I want. I almost have the same outfit as this girl on one of my other characters. I just have a different top on. And then I have the 2 B boots. Ninja. Monkey. Right. Thank you for coming, little. Word of your triumph has reached me some while ago, but I am pleased to have it personally confirmed. First, Ifrit, now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warrior of Light less keenly. Whoa, I'm getting some visual glitches. There is no greater compliment. Bring across region travel been waiting so damn long. Like from data center to data center, or from like North American to like Oceanic. And there can be no greater compliment. You and your order are heroes, and the people of Limsa Lominsa are forever in your debt. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please send my regards to the Signs of the 7th Dawn. Oh, true. I know we can do, like, Ether to Crystal and to the other one, but I actually haven't tried for the others. I thought it was a thing for some reason.
Little, this is Minfilia. Yshtola has informed me of your success. You have won great victory for the people of Eorzea, the one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Yshtola emerged from Ogomoro
unscathed, while Tataru and the others seemed as glad as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be waiting for your turns at the Walking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Try Tally. Want to play with some friends. I've gone to America. Ah, that's fair. Oh yeah, that reminds me. What server do you like? What region server do you play on? That's like one of like the coolest things about this game. That like when they can do it, Chaos will make it European. Oh shit. Like, it brings people from different parts of the world together, which is so cool. Ruh-roh, something's going on in here. Don't make it the sad part. Don't make it the sad part. Don't make it the sad part. That's later, I'm pretty sure. No. I forgot this part is now. We're gonna do Control Shift Arrow. Gonna RP through this one. I have Swiftcast Raise. Eorzea, my girl. No, not a Lala.
This one is glad walking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heavens he is safe. Louisoix, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more.
Yup. It threw me off too.
Oh!
Advance no further.
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan.
I don't know if you ever played through Destiny 2, but there's a character in there who's named Dervum K. And he and the pre-Heavensward voice actor for... Or he's the same guy who voices... Urianger in A Realm Reborn. And it took me by such surprise. Oh god, yeah, Alfino's pre-ARR is just such a nostalgia trip.
Bring him forth,
Or pre-Heavensward, I should
or
say.
you shall know no mercy.
Oh. Even Tachu does not... Like, her voice now fits a lot better than it does in A Realm Reborn.
Confound it. Stay out of
Pardon me.
sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
Oops. She literally kicked a cabbage. Was
No!
that very, very convincing, Minfilia?
Conditions of surrender. Denied.
Cease at once!
There they are.
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away.
No, not the cabbage.
Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream.
Ooh, ooh, that's a cold
I said
line.
enough.
And he hates
We
Lalas.
leave.
He deserved to die.
Bring the prisoners.
No.
Walking one Minfilia. Ask this one too. In case walking one returned, this one was to say. At church in East Analant, walking one must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect walking one Minfilia from imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save.
My girl Eorzea. I think she does. Alright. While this is traveling, I will be right back. I just need to take a quick moment of a break. And then we'll continue talking to the guy who totally may or may not be Sid of our current knowledge. The frog truly is a good little fella, isn't he? He just sits there croaking in his, oops, in his well-being amongst others. Meow. Meow.
Where is he? Where's Sid?
Wind up Vivi. Aw. Some of the foxhole. And what's wrong with that? Hello, Choky boy. Okay. Something troubling you, my son. You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses. I see. You may speak freely here. We are friends of the Scions. I'm gonna do something really quick. All right. How could this have happened? You are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans. Yep. I took my hat off at the perfect time, because taking off the hat to pay respects. Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well, I do recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then that I'd do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquise, would you come here for a moment? Yes, father. Hello, city boy. If you require assistance, please speak with Marquise. Marquise. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you, he means well. I should explain Marquise is a survivor of the Battle of Cartanu. Alas, his experience took a terrible toll on his mind. He has not had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marquise, would you look after little? Do you understand? Yes, father.
Soon we shall have the reveal.
Well, 48. A new weapon, let's go. Excuse me, little. Do you have a moment? It concerns me. This broken horologe, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There seems to be something familiar about it, but I cannot say, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if there was a tinker, with this device, it would come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a ballpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nosed pincers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be the best to ask. Best people to ask. I just gotta make sure that my audio sound. There's something that goes on every once in a while with my audio. I just have to make sure that it's okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I know it's a little feedback on my end, so I just want to make sure it wasn't going through onto the stream. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. Yes, sir. Who recognizes me? His name is like Dick or something, or like, is Sid? 100%, totally not Sid. So I love going through like the last dungeons, and people are putting the little like waymarks, and they spell Sid, but like you go on the other side of it, and it's just Dick. It's such a stupid thing, but it makes me laugh. A ballpoint chisel, you say, and a pair of needle-nose pincers. Those things don't come cheap, you know. Here's a Waitley coin purse. Falls balls. I mean, yes, that should be a sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. Oh, he just robbed us blind. That'd be stupid. Yeah. Boing, 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 boing. Choky boys go away. Hear about the tools I requested. 1 and 2. Bro didn't give me. Yeah, no, he was just like, this will be enough. You gave me the perfect amount of change. We don't do tax or anything, so this will be enough. Thank you. This is, in fact, 30,000 gil. But it's fine. These are very expensive. Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment.
Yes, sir.
It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, this sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how do I know it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanism. There's no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what I was doing, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. But pardon me, little. This was a mistake. Please give the Orlong to Sister Elunid. Elunid. The man who once owned it is currently in her care. I think it's best that it be returned to him.
Potentially.
Take, what is this? Sure. This is, you can't take it without you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 21 more quests before I get to Stone Vigil. Oof. Good evening to you, sir. Have you come to pay respects to this man? Here's his pocket watch. Must just be good at it. It's 100% not important due to something that happened due to the climate. Totally not. Oh, not. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time. Mayhap there are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that these cities were filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marquis said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy. It may behoove us to notify the authorities of Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marquis manage to repair this device? I know he had a talent for the trades, but does it go far beyond mending fences and thrashing things? Oh, radical. Okay then. My health is so low, it makes me so sad.
I recognize you now, little. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who have lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the waking sands, prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, understand. However, taking part might help you find closure.
Having fun back there, big boy. Oh, a ninja.
A reaper.
Crawling in their skin. That's what the avatar says. Vesper Bay shock you. The footfalls. Whoa. Parker in the autumn tide. Sorry. You don't look like one of the church fellas. Now, not that I'll turn you away. No, sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas the stuff of nightmares. I tell you, God's damned Imperials. I am the one who discovered it at first. I don't know what the quarrel they had with these folks. I sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. TP Vesper Bay until the silence moved to no! Yeah, I chose not to use them. I'm like, oh, these will be coming in handy in the future, right? And then I just never used them, and then they were useless. Say, I ain't seen you around here before. Or, have you just one of them faces? Ah. Or ain't I see you around here before? Or you just go, never mind. Any road? There's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard by out the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of the folks starting to turn. Yo, don't talk so lightly of my friends. I like how they get progressively faster to pick up, though, as their bodies shorten in size. The lighter they are, the easier they are to pick up, even for a law fell. What happened to that big fella? Forget it. Just bring in the next batch, toss them in the back, ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. Gently. Well, and she was strong on 4 in 1 trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Oh, I never noticed the bodies actually go in there. Oh, it's Vivi. Imagine your character just roguing, lifting, roguing. Yup. Yep. It's kind of funny. It's like if, God, what would that even be like equated to? Like if Ant-Man was picking up the Hulk. Which, I mean, in theory, Ant-Man could because he does have super strength when he is of different size, but... and in the suit, but still, it's kind of funny to think that just a little fella picking up a big behemoth. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. Should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. I don't remember if I asked this or not, and if I did, I very much apologize. I know you play a ninja, but what race is your character? And if you did say it and I glanced over it, I'm very sorry. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesser Bay arrived not long ago, and we begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like to know, I'd like you to know that for many deaths came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, it's the sides that are dyed. I don't know. Maybe I will. Nah, the glasses aren't really much. I'll just take the Halligan. To be Makote, but change an aura. Yo, auras are just. Yo. My respect for you just grows every time. Like. Even though Lalas are my favorite race to play. Yeah, even though Lalas are my favorite race to play, Makotes are. Not Makotes. Auras are my favorite race to see. Like, my main is a female Aura, and I just love her to bits. Got that Crash Bandicoot run true. Auras look so cool. Makotes are amazing. Lalas are my favorite. I just like being the little beans. But, oh, perfect. I've also only met, like, personally met one person who plays a Rogadine, which is interesting. Like, I've seen people play them, but only one person that I know of actually uses it, which is weird, but kind of cool. I know a few Proths. Proths are a little bit more popular, I'd say. Although we can perform rites for most of the Scions, there's one whom we cannot. Except, we would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It's only proper that she's given to the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with the Sylph's tradition. Hunger in the autumn tide, swiftly reading. Speaking of Hroths, hello boy. That hair does not match a Hroth one bit. Hello. Bepis Bopis. Throat coat is a national joy. Don't make an innuendo. Nah, we're gonna continue making an innuendo. The helmets not fitting onto their heads. Yeah. Apparently, Hroths and VRs are going to be updated slightly so that they can wear some more headgears in the future of dawntrail. I'm excited for that. A lot of people are going to be able to wear them finally. This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist with Walking One? I have a corpse of your friend. Eorzea, but this one does not understand. Yeah, fair. Komuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would not know what has caused such distress. I agree. I wish at the end of each expansion they would give us a Fantasia. Because we got one at the end of A Realm Reborn. Getting one through the rest of them would also be nice. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? these ones have not requested for their aid. I've been saying that for so long now, and I hope one day maybe they incorporate that. Maybe they'll give us another Fantasia at the end of Dawntrail. That'd be interesting. That'd be nice. Eorzea, how did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So not only Eorzea, but many of the Walking One's friends were lost as well. Eorzea went to Hydaelyn at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Eorzea at the end. Tell this one that Eorzea was brave. Tell this one that Eorzea did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Eorzea home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Eorzea's death be for naught. These ones will fight. Oh, there he goes. Oh, cute outfit. Oh, that's right. That's the females. Yeah, that's the Eastern lady, and then it's the Far Eastern officer that I got on. It would be nice to get more Fantasias. Like, if I'm really hurting to, like, change my character, I will, but another reason I wanted to play through Realm Reborn on a new character was for that Fantasia, just in case I want my character to change in the future, although Lalas are the best for me. We thank you for your service to the church and the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining scions to the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, little. Nope, not enough. Must do more. I just have a feeling there's a man inside calling for me, asking me to do work, and I'm going to talk to him. Ooh, new shoes. Oh boy, 3 a.m. I could use new pants. That'd be nice. And I guess a new chest piece, but it's whatever. I'm not imagining it, little. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It's as if I am under observation. Yeah. The feeling comes and goes, but I feel it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know it. I feel it. Will you look outside for me, please? I will only take a moment. Yeah, isn't this where, like, yeah, no, this has to be the reveal now. Oh, absolutely. Once I beat Endwalker on this, I'm going to be doing the Hildebrand start to finish. Mainly because this might be a spoiler. I don't technically know if it's considered that, but it is for, like, post-MSQ stuff. You do need the Hildebrand quests for the ultimate, like, weapons. like the big stuff. So I would like to have those on this character. Technically, that's not, because that was released as like public information for a while. And I guess not a story spoiler or anything, but yeah, you need to do Hildebrand stuff. That's perfect. Oh, yeah, the Hildebrand stuff is so cool. It's like the perfect mix of like comedic and like interesting, but not like over the top. I mean, it's over the top in the best way, but not like over the top annoying. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Oh, thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? And what did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me to be alone at the moment. Allow me the moment alone. Wait. Father, Illud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come again.
Hello, Father.
Heavens forfend that such a thing could happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice any distinctive things about his garb or his possessions?
Imperial.
This is a Garlean steel. This is Garlean steel. Which means the man who was watching Marcus was. Make haste for Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
Boots. Boots. Fish.
Voiced. Please let me hear his voice. Or is this Ali's? No, this is...
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate.
Oh, no. I forgot. I mean, like, I remember, but, like, my brain, like, represses it.
At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to
God.
that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness
really
to the
do.
horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Never.
Wait, I... Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
His voice does not fit. He does a good job, though. But that voice is not... Oh.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life.
Okay, Yoda, thank you.
But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
It's like if Yoda was a little Scottish.
Who are you? Alfino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands.
That's what he
Word
sounds
has
like.
already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the 3 city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided.
It's
We
very
are all
good.
but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary.
Oh, yeah. That's a... I can't... There's gonna be so many good cutscenes that I can't wait to see. For the first time in so long. And that is absolutely one of them.
And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship.
He's like, yes, you big bumbling idiot. You have an airship.
It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
I was explaining some of this to my mom the other night, and when I got to Urshifan's death, I choked up when saying a smile better suits a hero line. Because I haven't uttered those words in so long.
An airship? My airship?
Can I just Asuna his amnesia away? Thoughts?
Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the
Could
primals.
potentially be.
Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Hello, Alfino, my boy. Aw, that's a cute picture. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, little. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the great Gabu Wall of Old Da. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Korthus. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Korthus. Mayhap the Serpent station there have record of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journey for a time, but I can see I can see the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid, little. I go Camp Tranquil first. For, oh brother, where art thou? I'm gonna do... Oh,
Little lady.
I'm gonna do this quest, and that's where I will call it for today, and then I'll be live again tomorrow. Or maybe I'll finish off He Who Waited Behind, actually. And then I'll end it for the day. Little, I owe you an apology. When we last spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you, but I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are akin. So intent to prove that you are unneeded, that he dashed out to the forest all alone. Usually I'll start usually between 2 to 3 Eastern and go until 5 to 7. But I have some like prior occasion or like a little prior commitment that I want to go do for a friend. So plus 3, I usually stream for at least 3 hours. If it's on my longer days, I go from 3 to 7. Yeah, Eastern. Let's see. Maybe I'm trying to see if I can actually remember any of these. Yeah. So usually I would start around 3 to 4, but I want to do my best to start at fat 2 to 3 and then go until 5 or 7 depending on the day. He dashed out to the forest all alone, boasting that he would place it every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his power. There's a part of me that would ask, or that would like nothing more than to see the foolish boy learn his lesson, and yet, as a sister, I fear for him. Would you go look after him, little? Sincere or no, he is in many ways still a child, and the forest grows even more unsafe these days. I thought to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his recklessness, perhaps you will finally see how fatuous he has been. When I last spoke with him, he announced his intentions to begin his effort in the Bramble Branch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please go in haste, before some ill fate befalls him. I can't wait till I can fly. And then immediately lose that ability to fly. Yep. And in Endwalker, they make us pick up the extended amounts because it's the most recent expansion. If it isn't my sister's favorite adventurer, come to show me up, have you? Well, you can march right back and tell sister that I'm doing just fine. I'm only resting. Even if I were hurt, unable to plus it this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it? Easy. way too long for the expansion to find it. Yeah. On the bright side, most ether currents are placed upon the path that you have to travel. But it's still kind of annoying. And see that I'm worth it now, bucko? Beginner's luck. If you think healing and a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are a worthy inheritor of the teaching of Master Atto, I literally did what you couldn't. Aru, you yourself do not believe those words. Sister, what are you doing here? Bro needs a hair. Yeah, bro looks like he's the protag of a Shmentai, if you know what I mean. Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety. What do you think I'm doing? For better or worse, it would appear you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. I'll run for all your obscenity. Wait, obsistency, my bad. I know deep down you are not a fool. Like Gohan before Namek. I've seen parts of DBC. I've never fully watched it though. Funny, I was always saying I can't watch DBZ. It's so long. I might watch it one day, but I just started reading One Piece, so like talking about something that's going on forever. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the woods. Yeah, I've had a few people recommend me DBZ. I'll probably start watching it at a point, like especially when I don't have like a series that I'm reading, because I prefer reading over watching for most cases. But DBZ is one that I'll just watch. The peril or the adventure is not Pajali. That is true, but what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and bring ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer, you know this. I also did promise one of my friends that I would watch through DBZ or just Dragon Ball, whatever. And I still need to get to that. I said that like 2 years ago that I would check it out, and I haven't still. I did this year finish AOT. Started One Piece recently. JJK finished off what was left of Black Clover to be caught up. Chainsaw Man. Kaiju number 8 now. I suggest someone. Yo, AOT. It hits. AOT, JJK, Black Clover, One Piece are my 4 favorite series. I mean, Chainsaw Man's really good too. Those are my 5 favorite, but AOT, JJK are like top tier. I do, sister.
So sad.
Ah, my dear Arun. What are sisters for, if not to forgive their little brothers' fits or folly? Now, I believe the most important task of us all still awaits let us return to Camp Tranquil. I personally love the ending of AOT. I know a lot of people were like, oh, I don't like it. It was such a good ending to me, and I can't wait to see it animated. Bong, 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 bong. Ba, da, 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 da. My best friend who got me into AOT absolutely loves the ending. So I was taking it from her. I'm like, she says the ending's good, I will trust that. But there's been cases where like one of us likes some of the others, like, it was okay, it wasn't my favorite. But no, the ending of AOT is perfect. I love the explanations they give. It gives like that little semblance of peace, but you know, within a world like that it's not really something that's easy to come by. And it was executed the best I think it possibly could have been. And that it's a 9 out of 10. Like, that series is, it's one of my favorite things ever. It is one of my favorite series to watch, one of my favorite series to read. Hanj is literally my favorite anime character, like, to a good extent at the moment. Even if she was, you know, a little here and there in some parts, something about her, she is my favorite. I think with Armin and going back to being kids and seeing all the things, it was so good. I can't wait for the animation to happen. That last episode is going to be amazing. Little, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before Arun came around to reason, and yet his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. Zeke is the only right. Zeke's a banger character. Speaking of the friend that got me into AOT, I can't wait until they split into 2 parts again. Well, so the VA for Aaron said that he recorded his last lines, which are the ones that are coming out in fall. Or winter, whenever it is. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good a time as any for telling the tale. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago in the 5th Astral Era. It was the time of the endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce. Eyes of the Void, I love finding what I want to eat. True. I hope you get some food. I don't know if I'm going to be hopping in a call immediately after I'm done this, or if I'm going to have some food as well, but I will let you know. Warmth scarcer. The histories hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed and magic was no longer essential for survival, but once awakened to its convinceness, there was no return to how such things once were. Ere long, people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt. The nation wared for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power to rain destruction down upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world had ever seen. At the time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who could keep this immense destructive power in check. That is white magic, our magic. Does this surprise you? Just as there can be no dawn without a night, the white and black are two sides of the same coin. A war raged on and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences. And consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, threatening to bring blight to the land. The magic of healing, it made little difference. Are you gonna do the Are you gonna do the size of extreme childhood tower? So, fun fact: Crystal Tower is required to continue now in from A Realm Reborn onward. But I will be attempting to do the trials and stuff. I would like to have every bit of content unlocked. But yeah, you have to do Crystal Tower stuff now, which is interesting. Bahamut, I think, will take me a little bit of time because some people don't really want to queue for it anymore. So if I'm not able to proceed to the, or like continue them, exactly. I think that's why they made it a requirement. I'm gonna try my best to do all of them, but if I can't get like queues or anything in them, then I'll just have to do other parts of the story or go on to the next bit. But I'm gonna try and do the extreme trials. I'm gonna try and do Bahamut as best as I can, and if no one calls, my party who I played with dropped off before I could finish. Really? Yo, Bahamut's final fight is so good. I love it. There's no concern to the ether. Our magic could prove as ruinous on the land as the most devastating black magic spells, and so it was the practicing of white magic was forbidden with one exception. The Pejal, our kind, were entrusted as the sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while entrusting the great power would never again be misused. Nobody, exactly, that's like a big annoying part. What is this? Though he is still young, Alrune feels this profound sense of responsibility, and as strongly as any of us, thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. The three of us united in a place and purpose, and your skills ever grow the day we may perform the quieting deer draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One and restore the Twelves Wood to its former state of harmony, we must truly be one one mind. It is to this end that Atawakant has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art little, and let us mend the wounds that the woods together. 45, I believe. Here are 3. Honestly, if you hit level 90 on any class, and is this an AoE? That is. If you have a level 90 character, it's best just to, and you still want to do the Bahamut things, like to have them unlocked, you're better off doing them unsynced and on your own, so you can actually have it done at least. That's what my friend and I had to do on our other characters, but I mean, I want to try and do it through legit queuing if possible. Is it aught I can assist you with, sir? The Enterprise, you speak of Master Garlanol's ship, yes? I I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Korthus. What become of it after I cannot say. After that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vorfont at Florentel's Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure that it is what is you hope to accomplish, though even should you locate the ship, you would you not need the man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? Garland's, I keep saying Garland's, Garland's caliber to fly it. I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Bam 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 bam.
Boink.
You've come in search of Vorfont. Well met, then. Well met. You have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snow came to Korthus. What exactly is this about? Doggy. The final flight of the Enterprise. I do so remember that day. I want to learn more. Okay, I'm just gonna go a little bit further. Nah, my current bit's still better. I'm just gonna get those 500s. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Gartanu, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen in the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it was still somewhere in Korthus. Astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them, you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control that region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The High Houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove your usefulness. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Okay, so it is. Oh no, not that. I gotta go into Chocobo. Yo, papa. Ah, I love being here. Oh. I love hearing the music from Korthus for the first time again. Boro. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, whoops. That's why. Oh, whoa.
Oh, little fella.
Wait, Emmett Selks. Oh my god. Our little lady, I think? Excuse me, can you repeat that? Do you wish to offer your services to the house Durandare? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha, how absurd. As if we permit an outsider pursue the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Oh wait, this is a top. This is a top. I do grab that. What am I saying? I thought it was else. Alright. I'm gonna go inside. What is your quest here? Oh, is this? Yep, okay. So I have a few dungeons that I can actually start running through at a point. But I don't want to just... I'm gonna go inside a place. I don't know where, though. This seems good here. Alright. Well, I'm gonna end stream here. I'm gonna go have some food. So... Oh, actually, one quick second. Let me just check something. All right. I'm going to end stream here. So, Daniel, thank you so much for watching. If I'm around tomorrow, I'll jump into tomorrow. And thank you so much. That means a lot. It was lovely having you here and having someone to talk to through the content. Sloth, obviously. I'm going to be talking to her in a moment, but thank you for watching. Addison, my boy. Whoa, I actually got a notification for once on here. My noties never run. Oh, Sarah, thank you for the sub. Tatsuki, thank you for hanging out earlier and being in. For anyone who possibly subbed, thank you to that. I don't normally get the notifications, but sometimes, apparently, it wants to work every now and again. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, so take care, have a good rest of your day, and bye-bye. And be safe. Also, play 14 if you haven't before. It's